Hello. Okay, I'm sat indoors because of the crappy weather. It's rubbish out there today. I think we've had nothing but rain for about 3 or 4 days. Anyway, make yourself a slurpy and then come back and we'll have a chat. So put this on pause. For those who've already got a slurpy, cheers. And if you just come back, cheers. Love me slurpy, I tell you. Right. Yeah, it's been a bit rubbish, hasn't it? Floods galore all over the place. But, autumn, I suppose. Anyway, so I thought we would have a chat, really. Just a general chat. Tell you some news, bits and bobs, what's going on, while we have a slurpy. So, the first bit of news is, I made a video a little while ago saying that I've got some news coming up soon that I was quite excited about. I still am excited about it, but it's not coming up soon. It's taken longer than I thought. But, so if you were sort of thinking, what's this news he was banging on about? Well, you will know probably a couple of weeks' time. Hello, Bode. Oh, careful. You always come over when I'm having a chat because you get jealous, don't you? You lay down, go and lay down and I'll come and have a chat with you in a minute. There we go. He's so good. He is such a good little boy. He's moaning now. He'll be back in a sec. He's moaning. It's like, you will listen to me. Yeah, so I do have some good news, which will be, it's taken a while, it's taken a little bit longer, but anyway, so good news is on its way, or this news, all depends how you see it. I'm spitting. Right, anyway, so a couple of things. I have found a national health dentist. Can you believe it? In the UK, a national health dentist. After paying all that money of going private, I found a national health dentist, which was good. This was a while back now, a few months. And I phoned him up and I said, I lied. I said, a friend of mine said you're taking on. And she said, yeah, we are. I said, oh, okay. Anyway, so I signed on, basically. I had to do some forms online, have a little chat on the phone, then some forms online, and that was it. I was registered. She said, we'll give you a shout when you start getting up towards the top of the list. So I said, yeah, great. Anyway, a couple of days ago, 3 or 4 days ago now, a phone call, and she said, this is your dentist, you're towards the top of the list now, can we make you an appointment? And I said, yes, please. So anyway, they made me an appointment. I went over there and they were lovely. I didn't know quite how they would be. They were really, really nice. And in fact, if I'm honest, they were better than the private place that I went to. They seemed friendlier, warmer, nicer, Now, you won't believe this, but from going in the door, then up to the counter, said my name, she said, sit your ass down. She said, if you'd like to take a seat over there, please. I sat down, I needn't have bothered. I literally sat down, started to look around the waiting room, because you do, like, who's in here, and I literally sat down, the door opened next to me, and he called my name. And I said, well, mate, that was quick. And he said, oh, we like to be bang on time. So anyway, very quick examination with the mirror and then the prodder, they poke, see if it's going to bleed. Your gums are going to bleed. None of mine did, so that was all good. And he said, I just need to take an x-ray. Is that okay, of this bottom right-hand side? And I said, yeah, why is that? He said, I think you've got a missing filling, part of a missing filling. So I said, yeah. And he said, just follow me, please. Anyway, it was next door. And he got me to bite on this thing. He went out the door, pressed something, and it went beep. And he came back in. He said, that's all I need. So we went back in to the whatever you call it, a dentist room. And he said, I'm just waiting for it to come through. He said, we'll have a look. He said, I think you've got a either a split or a missing filling slightly there. And my worry is, he said, it's fine now. My worry is that it will trap food and, you know, you don't want that. And I said, no, I don't. Anyway, it came through and he said, yeah, here it is. Look. So I sort of looked and I could see it perfectly well what he was on about. And he said, I can leave it, or I can make you an appointment for another filling. It'll be me that does it. And I said, yeah, I'll have another filling. You know, why wait? And so that was that. And I'd finished, went out, and I said I need to make an appointment for a filling. I did that and left the building. And do you know, when I got out the building, so from the second I went in until the second I came out, it was 9 minutes. 9 minutes to do all that. 9 minutes. I'm really pleased because I always feel a bit, you know, anxious and what have you. I'm not very good with, it's just medical malarkey. I have made a video, I don't know when it's up, whether you've seen it or not, or whether it's coming up soon, where I talk about my ashwagandha, talking about anxiety and stuff. But yeah, I always feel a bit, you know, a bit rubbish. And anyway, whatever. So I'm very good now because I do tell them what I need. If I go in for a CT scan, for instance, you know, I want a window open. No, mostly they don't have a window. You know, they come in a windowless room. So I want a good strong fan on me. I say to them, you know, the hotter I get, the more likely I've got panic disorder, so I'm going to either have a panic attack or an anxiety, whatever, you know. So I need to be blown with this bloody cold air. And they're always good, and they always get me a fan and, you know, or turn the fan on. I thought I was going to sneeze. I might sneeze in a minute. That'd be nice, wouldn't it? No, I think I'm fine. Just doing a scan on my computer. That's what that flashed for. Yeah, so I do tell people, and when I got in there, he said, take a seat, please. Anyway, I took a seat, and he said, I'm just going to put you back a bit. And I said, just before you do that, I don't like to be laid all the way back. I had a dentist once that used to tip me up like that, like I was going to slide out the bloody chair, you know, and I had to tell her several times. And I said, I don't know why you're doing it, you know, it's ridiculous. And she said, well, I need to see in your mouth. And I said, well, you know, you move then. Anyway, that was a while ago. And this guy was fantastic, same as the last one at the private thing. I said to him, you know, I don't like to be tipped back. And he said, that's all right, I can work as it is. And he went, bzz, and he said, that's it. So this one again, he just went, bzz, he said, how's that? I said, that's fine, no problem, mate. You know, I said, when I'm laid all the way back, I feel like I'm drowning. And he said, oh, there's no need to lay you back. And he just moved round and he did what he did. But yeah, it was 9 minutes. They were very, very friendly. So I've got that appointment, I think. I don't know when you'll see this video, but it's on Halloween, actually, 31st. Is it? No, it's not. It's not. I've got to have some bloods on the 31st at my doctor's. So yeah, medical malarkey. So that's one. That's the dentist. That's good. The blood's on the 31st. That is for this potential ME. I had a long chat. I'm surprised they give me the time, but a long chat last week with a doctor on the phone. And of course on the phone, you don't get to meet him anymore. And he said, we're looking at a potential diagnosis of ME. He said, but we need to rule out several more things. We've already ruled out loads, so we need to rule out some more. And I said, okay, what does that involve? And he said, well, there'll be some tests and different bits and bobs. But the first thing is we need some bloods. So made me an appointment for some bloods and some other tests. So whatever. I hope they find something or can do something, because being this tired all the time is not very good. It's not much of a life, you know. Some days are better than others, I have to say that. So it's not all bad. But anyway, so yeah, we'll see. So that's on the 31st, Halloween, in the Bloods. Then I've got a dental appointment. I can't remember the date of it, but it is in November, the beginning of November. And then I decided to have the woman who does my massage, I was going about every 4 to 6 weeks. I've decided to go every third week, just because it keeps me free and, it's lovely. So that's good. So I've arranged some appointments every 3 weeks. The osteopath, who also has a look at my neck and my back and shoulders and everything else, she's pretty good, I think. But I've said to her, I'll come every 6 weeks to see you now. I was going every 2 weeks. But I think she's freed me up a lot, and combined with the massage, then... so anyway, whatever. So that's what I'm doing. So obviously next month, that's November, I have a couple of massages booked, and one osteopath booked. So it's all, it's getting there. I have at the end of the month, this caused me a little bit of grief. Got a letter through the post, and it was from the hospital, and I hate it. I absolutely hate it. I suppose because, I got a letter a long time ago, and they basically said you got cancer, so maybe it's all to do with that. I don't know what it's to do with, but I hate it, absolutely hate it. Anyway, I opened it, and it said, we made you this appointment for your heart, and you've got to go to this other hospital, and have this thing done, this, test and what have you. So it's all well and good, and I'm pleased that they're keeping a good eye on me. That will mean that at some stage fairly soon, I'll probably have to go back to the specialist. And I want to ask him about exercise. I don't know if you can see. You can't. But anyway, I got my bike back. Can you see that? Got my exercise bike back out. No, it's all right, bird. Oh, you sit there. Yeah, I know. You can moan. Got my exercise bike back out of the shed. I'm going to turn this camera off in a minute and then turn it back on, because I know it turns itself off after a while. And to my surprise, I've been exercising on it every single day, 7 days a week for, nearly a fortnight. Some days I can do more than others. Some days it's 15 minutes. Some days it's 3 lots of 15 minutes. Some days it's been 3 lots of 30 minutes, an hour and a half. But I try to get to about an hour. Now, if I could do an hour straight off, that would be lovely. But I did half an hour the other afternoon, then half an hour in the evening. So that was an hour. But then 2 days ago, I did 10 minutes in the morning. I couldn't be bothered all day long. Just couldn't, I was tired and just didn't want to really. Anyway, cheers. Yeah, just turn this off. Hello again. Right, where were we? Yeah, so I'm doing a little bit of exercise, so that's good. I'm also using, these look a bit weird, exercise bands. Now, you can do whatever you want with these. I'm sat in the wrong position to show you, really, but anyway, whatever, you have to Google it yourself, won't you? Now, I can sit, I'll just say it's right, okay? I can sit with my foot on here, for instance, and in a certain position, I can do bicep curls, I can move my foot, and I can do far reaches and whatever, I can do all sorts with it. Anyway, it's low impact. So I've been doing that. I've just been trying to lose a little bit of weight. Also, because it's been so wet, we haven't been out, and I don't want to just sit. If it's raining, the easiest thing to do is either to lay in bed all day or sit on a chair all day. Well, I'd rather do something, even a little bit, I'm very fond of laying in bed, and I'm very fond of sitting on a chair, thank you very much. But I do like to do a little bit. And also, I do want to lose a little bit of weight. I'm currently 19.5 stone. For me, that's too heavy. I know I'm quite tall and quite big, but that's too heavy. I was 18.6 for a long time, you know, but I'd like to try to get down to something like 17, even 16 stone. That would be wonderful. But I'd like to do it slowly and sensibly. So that's what I'm doing. And all I'm doing is I'm not eating a massive dinner every night. Just eat a big dinner because I'm hungry. I don't tend to eat in the day. I never eat a breakfast, never. Well, unless I'm away on holiday or whatever. It's funny, isn't it? But yeah, I never eat a breakfast. Rarely, very rarely will I eat at dinner time now. So it's just one meal a day. That's all I need because I'm not at work. I'm not using any energy whatsoever. So one meal a day is plenty. So I don't have a supper. I don't have a snack. I don't have a, you know, whatever. I just have the one meal, but not a massive meal. It seems to be working, so that's good. So I haven't lost any bloody weight though. Maybe I'm toning my fat up or something, I don't know. Yeah, so anyway, the chat, going back to the chat with the doctor, one of the things I did ask him, I said, I'm getting really breathless again when I go out on a bimble. And he said, what's a bloody bimble? No, he didn't. He said, that is most likely to do with your heart, most likely, but who knows. He said also ME, you know, one of the things with ME is that people do get breathless when they do things, and you feel very, very tired after exercising. Well, I feel tired literally all the time, so I don't know. So when we get out and about, if I am breathless in my videos, it's possibly, or more than likely, he said, that's just down to the heart. So not a lot I can do about it, but you know, again, it's a form of exercise going on a bimble, and I don't want to stop doing that. You know, I'm not pushing myself because that's ridiculous, but I want to continue doing kind of what I do. You know, because I've got heart disease, it doesn't mean that I'm going to just sit indoors or lay in bed. You know, okay, I can't do what I used to do, but I can do some of what I used to do. That's the way I look at it. So that's all that lot, really. If you're on Facebook, I now do a thing called Throwback Thursday, or Thursday Throwback, whatever you want to call it. I think I've called it both. I've been doing that about, or possibly a month. So there's been 4, maybe even more, 4 or 5 videos going back. If you're not on Facebook, then it won't worry you at all. But I've been doing that on a Thursday, obviously, hence the name. And then that spikes a little chat, and we get to see a few old videos sometimes. Last Thursday was 3 videos, really, because I put 1 video up. I just choose an oldish video. This particular one was from 4 years ago, I believe, or 6 years ago, I can't remember. But anyway, I put that up, and at the end there was 2 more videos recommended. So we got to see 3 videos, which opened a few comments and a little bit of a chat, and people seem to be enjoying that. So if you are on Facebook, it's the Ramblings of Bry every Thursday. I also put the video, if I'm going to do a video in the week, that goes up there, and just the occasional other thing, you know. I don't overuse it, and I don't really use my personal Facebook. And yeah, so go and have a look if you want to. You know, that's on the Ramblings of Bry on Facebook. But if you're not on there, then obviously you won't see all that, so it won't matter. Apart from that, I think we're both good. We're both doing all right, really. It'd be nice to get all this medical malarkey out the way again. It seems to be one thing after another, not just for me, but for a lot of people. And perhaps that's the joys of getting older. You know, the way I look at it, I've known a number of people, a number of friends who sadly didn't get older. And for me, it's a privilege to live this life. It's a blessing. And I'm very, very grateful that I've still got this life. So I make the best of it if I can, you know. Anyway, so I'm going to finish my Slurpee. Cheers. What else can I tell you? Not a lot really, because we haven't been doing a lot as such. I am very interested in telling you my news when I can. So hopefully that'll be soon. It is sooner rather than later anyway. I do know that, so that's good. All the other thing is I'm not having a drive. I said I was going to have a drive put in. I'm not going to have a drive. I'll tell you why. It's going to be too expensive. Now, yes, I can afford it, but it's ridiculously expensive. Underneath, I've got shingle or gravel out there, and it's about 1 inch deep, but underneath there is just mud. And I've had 3 quotes, and 2 of them said, if you park a car on this, even if we top it up with gravel, it's going to just sink through the mud, and you won't be able to get it off the bloody driveway, you know. And they're absolutely right. So it needs a hardcore thing putting down, and it's about 25 foot long, something like that, by whatever wide. But yeah, so it's going to cost a lot of money. Basically, it's going to cost, it would work out, because I'm going to stop driving in about maybe 10 years. What do you reckon? Something like that. In 10 years, I'll be in my 70s. So, you know, I might stop, we'll just say I will stop driving, possibly, in about 10 years. 10 or 12 years, something like that. So to spend maybe, it would cost about 600 quid a year just to have my car off the road. Well, no thank you. I might as well leave it on the bloody road. So what I've decided to do is have the 2 pampas grasses ripped out, the garden tidied up a little bit, a thick membrane and some gravel. And then I found quite a large Buddha that I love. That's going to go in. Oh, I think I've said this anyway in a video. Sorry to bore you. In fact, I'm sure I have. That's going to go in one, and then something or other in the other one. And that'll do me. I'm quite happy with that, really. And even if that costs, well, whatever it costs, I'm quite happy. But I'm not happy to spend thousands upon thousands and thousands of pounds to only use something for a few years. It just seems pointless, really, you know. Absolutely pointless. So that's that bit of news. It's a shame in a way that I could have it and go for it and think, oh, swallow the cost and who cares, because it would make life slightly easier, but only slightly. You know, I can park the car out there and walk maybe 20 steps in, so maybe that's good for me as well, a bit of exercise. So the next time you see me, I will be about 7 stone. No, I'll probably be exactly the same. I'm desperate in a way. It's like giving up smoking. I am desperate, you know, for some chocolate. I really am, or cake or biscuits. I'm really desperate for all of that sweetness. And it's been a fortnight now. It was 10 days ago, 9 days ago. It was 9 days ago when I last had anything sweet, and that was a packet of biscuits, or at least half a packet of biscuits. I finished off a packet of biscuits basically, and they were McVitie's chocolate digestives. That's what they were. And I really miss them. Now, it doesn't mean that I'm never going to eat chocolate again, because I guarantee I will. It doesn't mean that I won't eat biscuits, because I guarantee I will. And it doesn't mean I won't eat cake, because I bloody well will, I tells you. I bloody well will. I needs it. But do I need it as much as I was eating it? No. So I haven't got any in the bungalow whatsoever, so I can't eat it. I could go down the shop, and I've been to the shop several times for other things, but I haven't bought any chocolate or cake or anything like that. So I've been really good. And next time I order my food to be delivered, instead of getting what I would normally get in the way of non-meals then, I will get some of it. So instead of getting, I don't know, whatever, 6 packs of this particular chocolate or whatever, get 2 packs of it, you know. So, and I've got apples, bananas and cherries in the kitchen. Oh no, I've eaten the cherries. Oh God, I got some cherries. They were like dark purple and they were so succulent. And I saved them because of this this sweetness thing that I've got. I want something sweet. So I thought, well, I'll have a couple of cherries, and I got down to my last sort of 10 cherries, and I thought, well, I'll just have 5, you know. So I had 5 cherries, and then the following night I thought, oh bloody hell, I need that sweet thing again. So I had the other 5, so I did eat them. I ate them yesterday actually. So no more cherries, but I do have a couple of bananas out there. I have 6 apples. I have 2 oranges. So I might have an orange maybe this evening. Today, as I'm making this, it's Friday. So that's not going to stop. Friday, we know what Friday night brings, don't we? And if I'm in a bit of a sweet mood after, I'll either have an orange or half an orange. They're quite fat, my oranges, so I can chop them in half, and then I eat them slowly with, sounds silly, but I eat things slowly sometimes with a teaspoon. And I think the longer it takes to eat, the more sweetness is in your mouth, so you don't need to, you know, try and find something else that's sweet. I haven't really got anything much that's sweet, but you're not desperate then for something sweet. If you eat slowly with a teaspoon, then you feel whatever you feel, like I've just said there, you know, eat sweets, you know, for a long time, then you feel very full of your sweet. Years and years ago, I went out on my motorbike and I went down the coast, and I was starving, and I went to this fish and chip shop, and I got a pie and chips. The pie was bloody piping hot, absolutely piping hot. And I got one of their stupid little forks, little wooden forks. And it took me so long to eat this pie that I felt really full. I felt like I'd had a feast. And I thought then, that's the way to go sometimes, you know, is to eat slowly, because you feel more full. Okay, Bode wants to go out. I'm going to go and have a look at the weather, see what we can do. Finish my Slurpy first. See, he's in me. He's around me. I think all in all, we're both doing pretty well. If I could shake this tiredness off, I'd be happy. The ashwagandha is working a real treat, and it's keeping the anxiety at bay. But of course, I've had a couple of things. I've had this letter arrive from the hospital, and I could feel the panic and the worry rising, but it didn't result in a panic attack, so that's good. Then I got this dental appointment, and that went really quite smoothly. I was a little bit anxious, I suppose, just before I walked in, and when I took my seats, although my seat was only for 1 second, but not as anxious as I normally get. So I'm still taking 2 ashwagandha at night. Yeah, that's it. We will see you again, and in the meantime, you take care of yourselves, take care of each other, and try and be beautiful and be a little bit glorious. Cheers. Be well.